Hello and welcome to Team Always Hard Never Soft Worldwide's second episode of the self-titled podcast, where we talk about gaming, music, relationships, and any advices pertaining to life itself. I'm Sinner, and I'm joined by my co-hosts. Today, we have returning members, Randuhhhh.
Hey y'all, I'm Randa.
Returning members, also MC Ren.
What up? It's MC Ren.
And we also have my brother Goose. What's up, bro?
What's up, y'all?
And today we have a new member, a part of our server, Team Always Hard Never Soft server. We have Miss Ren.
Hello, you can call me Renie. Woo!
Good.
Welcome.
Renie, welcome.
Thanks for having me here.
Thank you for coming on to the podcast. The legendary podcast hosted by Goose.
I don't know about that.
No, I'm just kidding.
Thanks, Goose.
Yeah, Goose. Thanks for...
Really appreciate it, Goose.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, great, guys. So today's topic we're going to be talking about is red flags in dating. So, what exactly is this red flags in dating? Yeah, well, if you haven't heard the term before, we're here to break it down. So what's a red flag? It's to identify or draw attention, a problem or issue to be dealt with, a warning, signal, or a sign. In other words, a red flag is a suggestion of warning signs of potentially dangerous behavior for someone. So, when it comes to red flags when dating someone, what is one behavior you guys will not tolerate? Does anyone want to go ahead and start first? And I mean, red flags in dating, it means from starting from the first date on. What is one topic? Anybody want to go first? Go right ahead. We have a married man in the house. We have
If they're not subscribed to Team Always Hard Never Soft. Super flag.
What? I think on the first date, meeting someone is cool and all, and I feel like vibes are the most important. I like to try to give people the benefit of the doubt when I first meet them. However, when the person that I'm on a date with is complaining a lot excessively and also will spill out their entire life details to you and maybe even talks badly about other people already, that is the first sign for me.
ooh,
Big red flag.
Good. On a first date? Ouch.
definitely.
Big
On the
red
first,
flag.
on the very first date, what kind of guy does that? God damn! I'm sorry, but that's
Yeah, do you speak from experience? This is
Yes, I speak from experience. And
Oh!
number one,
Mhm.
it's none of my business. Number two, I don't know you enough to care.
Mhm.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah!
You're
There
right.
you tell, man. So
Oh, yeah.
so let's just play an example here, okay? We're out McDonald's, okay? We're just play the scenario out, okay? We're out McDonald's, all right? Okay, we're having a dollar menu.
Wait, who's the guy and who's the girl?
I'll be the girl. No, no, I'm just kidding.
Okay. We're gonna
I'm just playing.
roleplay this?
I'll
I'll
just
be
play.
the girl. I'll be the girl.
Okay, yeah,
You be my man. I mean the
Okay.
man.
yeah. This is the first date, actually. Okay, I'll be the man, and Goose can be my date. Okay, we're out
I'm ready.
McDonald's.
Just-
Okay, so, all right, go ahead. So, man, like, man, I hate this. I hate going out to McDonald's all the time. You know, McDonald's is just it's too expensive, and you know this and that, and more negative shit. Okay, like
Oh my god, that's crazy.
yeah, and I shaved my head this morning, and I was like, oh, and this and that, and my mom left me, and my dad left me, and you know, is it something like that?
Wow,
Yes.
that's heavy. That's So
Something
heavy.
along the lines of that, or they'll go onto a tangent and talk nonstop about another person, or another one is hyperfixating other exes.
Ooh. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
those
see,
go
like,
hand in hand.
yeah. I feel like mine was like number one was like if they still talk to their ex.
If they still
So
talk
you
to their
think-
ex.
Yeah, like not I'm saying just necessarily the first date, but I mean like if you're dating them, and like it's a big red flag if they talk to their ex.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
On a regular
Interesting.
basis, that's definitely a huge red flag. If anything, a deal breaker on my part, to be honest. Because, like, at the end of the day, you don't know what happened exactly between the two of them. And if they're still regularly talking to them. And I think if they have a large group of friends, they have a lot of people that they interact with already, and they're just one of the many. I feel like that's not much of a concern. I would see that as them being a social butterfly, and they keep and try to maintain good relationships around them, which there's nothing wrong about that. But if they have few friends, few people, if any, around them, and it's just their ex, that is like, I run.
Mhm. I
I
see.
feel like I'm getting called out. Damn, I'm a red flag. No. So, for context, I don't talk to my exes anymore. But my very first relationship was in high school, and it was for, I guess, like a lot of growing years. And so me and this person became very close as friends. And so afterwards, we did try to like maintain just like a friendship because our breakup wasn't explosive. We didn't have a massive fight or anything. And we had kind of grown to become each other's like best friend.
Mhm.
So it was hard to kind of like just drop your best friend immediately. But we knew that we had to kind of like grow separately. So we don't talk anymore. But I'll say that we still talked for a little bit afterwards, if
Yeah.
that's okay.
No, it's totally fine.
Okay.
And I feel like if
Yeah,
y'all can't, if
that's
y'all broke up
fine.
like in a mutual way, and it, like you're saying, it wasn't inexplicit. And I think there's always exceptions to everything.
It was
But,
cordial, yeah.
Mhm. But now during the breakup, like, was there any bit of like not trying to say like sexual tension, but like at any point after y'all broke up, like did y'all talk in any
Ooh.
other way after?
Yeah, probably. Like, but like not when we're going into like another like relationship, you know?
Okay.
Like, because as soon as you're kind of like, oh, moving on to something, you don't want to have like complicated feelings about something else. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Understand.
Again, so this was when I was in high school, okay? I was growing up, all right? All
No,
right?
ain't no one judging you, girl.
I
I'm
think it's
judging.
no.
I'm just joking. I'm
No.
just-
I think that things just have like context sometimes, and there's like I think I know like right when people say like, oh, you shouldn't talk to your ex, and I'm like, I know what situation you're definitely talking about, so like I know it's kind of like maybe outside of my own experience in that way, because otherwise I totally agree. I'm like, I really liked what Renie was saying as well, like being obsessed with like your ex or like bad mouthing your ex or something. It's so, do you know what you sound like when you tell me that your ex is crazy? Like, it's like if you're on a first date, like I'm trying to get to know you. I don't need to know about your ex was crazy. Like, what does that
Right.
say about you as a person? Like, don't you want to say, like, you know what? I actually dated a really great partner and it just didn't work out. You know what I mean? Because then what does that sound like? It's like, oh, maybe you date chill people instead of like crazy people,
Right.
Mhm. I
What's
see.
this person gonna say about me after this first date? Is he gonna like text his buddies and be like, yo, this girl is drama? Like, I don't know, right? You were saying about
Yeah.
that about your other girls.
But onto Rennie. So when you came across these people with these red flags, did you continue to see these people, or did you just cut it off right away and just say fuck it?
Cut it off. I don't make any exceptions for people that show red flags first thing on the first date.
Mm-hmm. Now,
There's just
What-
no exception. There's no excuse. Their behavior is measured from the very first interaction in person.
Hell yeah. Go ahead,
Okay.
Queen.
respect it. Respect it, Ren. Also, when you feel like these people who complain a lot and just be negative all the time, do you feel like these people are just like very not motivated in life to pursue anything else outside what they're complaining out of?
I feel like it. Some people just don't have an outlet, so sometimes they'll meet people, even just like dates, to vent out their frustrations and are most likely unhappy with their life.
Yep.
So being able to meet new people kind of takes them away from that.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it feels better to just vent to a wall, which is like a blank slate, a new person. But what does that say about them, right?
Yeah, like a date is not the place to be airing out your dirty laundry. You're like trying to like connect with a person. You're trying to show them like your good side, right? So that you could continue seeing them. Like you want to also show that you're engaged with the person that you're meeting right now, right? It's like
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
A first date is not therapy.
Ooh, Goose go
Yes.
off.
First date is not therapy,
Exactly.
Go.
And from the guy's side, a big red flag is when she don't put out on the first. Now I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Bro.
Cut it out.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
No.
I'm just
We're
saying I
too
put
old
out
for
on the
that
first.
shit, man. We're just too old for
Wait,
this
what?
shit.
Nah, my first date was a Ricky, and was at the monopool truck down the road,
The lunch wagon.
and I
Did
never
they
have
put out the
quota.
first date?
Yeah.
Oh, he definitely did. All of them.
Hey yo.
Yeah, yeah. I had to take a step back.
Red
Oh my
flag.
god. Definitely red flag right there.
That was a green light for me.
What is there anything else did you want to add on top of such negativity like that, Rennie?
Have you guys ever been offered drugs by your first date?
What
Whoa!
the fuck?
Yes.
What
Oh,
the
I
fuck?
said that way too
Wait,
loud.
yes?
What the hell is
I
that
mean,
shit?
no. All right, I'm God's child. I do not associate with nefarious stuff of that nature.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not into those types of things either. I was hanging out at a Tenny's with the very first date. He was super cute through Tinder, and I was excited to meet him. We had the greatest time talking to each other over milkshakes, and then at the very end, he slid a packet of drugs
Ecstasy.
in front of me.
Holy cow.
And I looked at it, and I like grinned a little, and I was like, "Oh, cool. What's that?"
That's
just-
crazy.
I just wanted to pretend that I did not know what that was, and I knew exactly what it was. And he was like, "Are you down?" I was like, "No, maybe not today." And as soon as that happened, I skated out of the restaurant, so away from the parking lot. I was done.
And you drove off. Just sped off. Yeah.
That's
Very
crazy.
She got tricked by the bad boy.
Like, you know what I'm gonna say is that it's kind of like cowardly in a way to not even say it out loud, being like, "Oh, by the way, like, are you like down? Are you like into like the fact that he like slid it to you first, like not even like saying it is kind
He
of
did
like,
not say anything.
do you know what I
no.
mean? Yeah, exactly. Like, if you were like, you know what, I'm gonna confidently like do this, whatever. Like, confidently ask if she's down or whatever, and then confidently take the L if she says no. Do you know what I mean? Like the fact that you just slid it over, and like, what were you supposed to do? Like,
Yeah, I
eat
think just
it.
ask
Like,
her opinion on it first.
yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's some.
It made me wonder if he like should have just discussed it over text before even meeting me. Otherwise,
Mhm.
there would have been more appropriate measures on what I could have like done,
Mhm.
like not meet him at all.
Yeah.
Yep, that's definitely the best option.
So, what would you guys do in that situation?
Well, what kind of drugs was it?
Stop.
It was a psychedelic.
Yeah, just-
A psychedelic, which like DMT, shrooms. I don't know all of them. I just
Something
It's
along
like-
the lines
what
of
my
that.
pastor
Yeah.
tells me. You know, it's not good.
all right.
I'm God's child.
Psychedelics. Okay,
Mhm.
you know,
Acid.
I gotta say, it was back in the days I was young and dumb. Okay, you know. And
Go ahead. After this
I had to,
podcast,
okay.
everybody better confess something.
Yeah.
Me and
Yeah, confess,
Ricky
yeah,
already putting on the chopping
Why?
block. Everybody come out with something this podcast.
And-
No, I got one. I got one.
Okay,
I'll let you go first. I got one.
okay.
Yo, I'm joking. I'm sorry. I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable.
Okay, I'm never.
Go ahead, Ricky. Sorry.
Just go ahead. I'm open as a book. You know me, ready? Okay, go ahead, Goose.
So this was way before I met my wife.
Okay, good context.
Okay, never mind. I lied. This was like
Oh
this
no.
is like right before I met my wife.
Oh, okay. Still before your wife, right?
Yeah, of
Okay.
course.
Okay,
course.
go ahead.
Of course, I'm a very faithful man. I'm stupid faithful, like Will Smith. Anyways,
Who will like that?
before I met my wife, mind you, I was like in my mid-20s. I was in the military. You know, first experience of like being independent, like kind of on your own per se. And I had just gotten my first car and like my own car with my own money. No one paid for it except for me, and I was feeling myself. And back then, it used to be a dating app called Plenty of Fish and Kick, if y'all remember that. You know, for all the OGs out there. I met up with this one chick, and we were hitting it off. You know, good vibes. You know, we were just vibing. You know, everything was going good. You know, the typical, you know, like first meeting awkwardness, and then you slowly get closer. You know, I put my hand on her thigh while I'm driving, and she puts her hand on mine. It was kind of little, you know, like when you think about it as like cheesy storybook, you know, or not storybook, cheesy, like, you know, love storybook kind of feel.
Mm-hmm.
We have a good time. We go out to eat. We went to go see a movie, and then all of a sudden, she whispers in my ear. So like we do all that stuff, and then like, you know, I'm driving to kind of like drop her off at this location, because during those times, or at least like when we did it, you know, where I was at the time, we never picked up anyone at their house. It was always like a public location, so that way, you know, people feel a little bit more comfortable. And on my way to drop her off, she was like, oh, I don't want you to leave. You want to go back to my place? I was like, you know, and I'm like, I'm a man. I'll admit, I was like, hell yeah, I'm getting lucky tonight. Like in my head, I'm telling Ricky about this tomorrow morning, or maybe tomorrow afternoon. Who knows? But you know, the song "Tonight's Gonna Be a Good Night." That was going through my head. I was like, yes, woo. And she was, when we go back to my place, I got some clean needles. You ever did crack? I was like, what? Wait, what? What happened?
Oh my god.
She's like, yeah, you ever did crack or meth? I was like, Raggy? What? What? She was, yeah, you ever did that? And then just like Randy, I was like, dang. You know, I never did none of that, you know, never. It's not really my thing. She goes, really? Oh, that's a shame. I really like guys who do that stuff. I was like, the devil is in my car right now. Demon, how dare you? How dare you? 2 fingers up for the cross. Absolutely not. I'm telling Ricky about this tomorrow morning or afternoon. It all depends.
And you did.
If I wake up tomorrow.
Yeah, I was like looking at her hands. I was like, okay, I have one hand that I can control because remember I had one hand on her lap and then she put her hand on my hand, even though her hand was on top and I was on the bottom. But I was like, okay, I got control or like side of one hand. If I see the other one, like I don't know what's happening. What is she reaching for? Like now I'm nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm like, yeah. And I dropped her off, and she was like, "You sure you don't want to?" And then she was trying to seduce me. Like I said, I'm God's child, and yeah. And then at that point, like mind you, we had a great we had a fun date. And then towards the end, when she got out of my car, she started acting like she was a prostitute. She was, "Come on, it's this much for this." I was like, "What happened? What did I just go through? What did I just go through?" Yeah, so that was a weird date for me where I was offered drugs and nefarious things.
It's good to know that I'm not the only one out there that has had that kind of date experience.
Hmm.
That's nuts.
She was wearing long sleeves too, So I was like, damn, no wonder she was wearing long sleeves. I was seeing those tracks all the way up, just like stitches.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
Because yeah, when she said that, I was like, wait, she got long sleeve. Damn, I don't know. Let me.
You couldn't see it coming. That's why.
Yeah, I was like, ah,
Mhm.
damn.
God damn. Yep.
What plot twists? Both of your dates are like
I
know.
really
I've never
crazy
experienced
plot
anything.
twists.
Hey, at least they said something because, people like they do the whole roofie thing or like they just try to like drug you. Like I heard a story about this guy who like filled up his like the inside of his car with this type of gas that just knocks girls out.
Holy cow!
Yeah, like it was a weird story. Let me not like dwell on it, but yeah, like you hear like crazy stuff. I'm like, man, yeah, y'all are crazy. Y'all need Jesus.
I feel like the beginning of this podcast needs like a trigger warning. Like we're just gonna talk about
Always hard.
wild
Always hard, never
things.
soft.
Always hard, never soft. Yeah, but it's more, other people besides always hard, never soft may happen upon this, and being like, oh yeah, what are these guys talking about? It's like boom, drugs, like way out of left field, like
Psychedelics, crack.
yeah, you thought people are just gonna talk about weird, quirky things, and then it's just you were like Goose is like roofies. It's like,
Immediately, yeah. Clean needles.
I know. Baking soda, water. What?
jeez.
I don't know the recipe.
Goose, you're already on a list, man. There's no saving you.
I'm pretty sure.
We've tried to protect you so many times.
Yeah, like last podcast, we know your location.
Yeah.
You know what you want to do. It's all
Hey,
recorded.
I so caught karma. I feel like I caught karma from that. So just quick story. I'll make it really quick. I so caught karma. So I do work in the hospital and all that, and I got stuck in an elevator for an hour and a half.
Whoa.
And
Uh-uh.
I was stuck in the elevator for an hour and a half. And in the elevator, like, it got stuck. And there's a button, press this button to call someone, and it calls someone, right? The ringer goes for like 3 minutes, and it's just like monotonous. It's not no like pretty like or like a Discord call, no. It was just bang, 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 like an alarm. I was like, okay, but it went on for 3 minutes straight because I timed it too.
That's
And-
traumatic.
And tell me why it took that long. And then, girl, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. My dog just looked behind me and started growling. What is there? Who's there?
Mm-mm.
Don't do that.
Oh no.
Get out.
Don't do that.
It's October. It's scary
I
season.
know. Don't do that. Throw the whole house away. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh, so 3 minutes go by. It's just meh, meh, meh. Tell me why the person on the other line or on the other side didn't just go, oh, hello, operator, or whatever it may be, right? All I hear is this. Meh, meh. Shh. Are you stuck in the elevator? What? This is not where's Waldo? Yes, I'm stuck in the elevator. Yes. okay, hold on. I was like, no, this bitch didn't just put me on hold. I'm stuck in an elevator. Oh my god. And as I'm waiting for this thing, as I'm waiting for them, to fix it, I feel the elevator like slowly sway, and I hear like taps and what it sounds like snaps. I feel I'm paranoid at this point. I'm like, God, at this point, don't 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 s- don't drop me right away. Like, just give me a sign. Let me get ready for it. Like you're
Give me a
already not.
fighting chance.
Yeah, don't just do it right away. Like, give me a warning. Let me get ready. Like, don't let me show up to your doorstep with shit in my pants. Like, you're already not gonna take me in. At least do me that solid. At at this point. At this point. But yeah, I so caught karma for that. I was like, oh my god, I shouldn't have said my intrusive thoughts out. This is God testing me. I'm so sorry.
It was 3 minutes, right?
No,
It's
an hour
for-
and a half.
It was
An hour and a half.
an hour and a half? Wait. Okay, so 3 minutes before someone answered the phone, and an hour and a half before they got you out of the elevator.
Yeah, so like just to fast forward, yeah, after like, oh, they put me on hold, it just stops. I'm like, okay, at least I'm getting paid for this because I'm on I'm on the clock. Because like, at least I'm getting paid to sit here. And all of a sudden I hear tapping on the door, and I just hear you guys talking, just casual like conversation. And then I was like sitting down. I had no signal on my phone. It was like I was off grid. I was like, God damn, man, like at least give me Wi-Fi. Like, fuck. And I stand up, and I'm kind of a big guy, so I make a lot of noise. Made me feel self conscious. And you just hear the maintenance guys. They're like, "Wait, is there someone in there?" I was like, "Yes, there's someone in here." They're like, "Oh, damn, there's someone in here." I was like, I can hear you, right?" He goes, "Hey, my bad. Yeah, no one told us that there was anyone in here. They just said that the elevator was stuck." I was like, "Oh my god, someone just left me here to die." Like, they could have just been trying some stuff, and it could have just went wrong because they would think that there was no one in here. Oh my
Right.
goodness. But yeah, totally caught
That's
karma for
heckin'
last podcast.
scary.
Yeah, I guess they could have just like been like, oh, you know what? Just let it drop to like the last floor, and then we'll try to fix it from the bottom.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. This is a good
Now
time for
I don't
training.
ever
No, it's
get
not.
an
No, it's not.
elevator.
Okay.
Okay, continue. My bad. Sorry.
Okay, one red flag from a guy's side, which is my side. From the very first date on, definitely a person that doesn't respect your own boundaries when you set it. That
Mm-hmm.
is a big one.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, I can't go out, hang out with my friends and this and that. Like shit. Like, yo, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. I'm like, no, bitch. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh.
No, motherfucker. There you go. Like, I ain't gonna fucking. You ain't gonna press my boundaries. Hell no. These are boundaries that I'm gonna set, and ain't gonna cross into it, and it's gonna work the other way around. You want to set boundaries? Hey, I'm not gonna fuck around and find out. I respect their boundaries as well. I'm sorry for cursing, but it is something that's important to a relationship, because it doesn't have to be like mental boundaries. It can be like physical or any type of other boundaries. And if someone's pressuring you to bend your boundaries, is obviously a major red flag in a relationship.
Mhm.
Right.
Like another one is when they check in too frequently. Like you can, like someone who's clingy. Like, okay, every hour I say, "What are you doing?
Really?
What are you doing? What are you up to? Where are you?" I'm like, shit, man. You just
relate.
texted me an hour a motherfucking ago, and what am I doing? I'm still working. Goddamn.
Why you gonna talk about me like that,
Relate.
Ricky? Dadgum.
Wait, whoa.
I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry, I'm working. Shit, I can't have a phone without,
Relate.
killing some weeds and doing some gardening work and fixing shit. Y'all texting me every hour.
Yeah.
I'm just playing. But yeah,
I
that's
thought I was saying,
definitely.
like, if you don't text me enough.
Ooh!
Don't text me
Yeah,
enough.
Ricky, you don't
Damn.
text her enough.
Like,
Yeah,
you
right.
don't text me enough? Like, what?
Shit.
Red flag.
Yeah, I think there's again, like context for both, right? And I think like you need to be able to communicate that to whoever you're seeing, to be like, what are your expectations? Or like if you do see an issue, to kind of like step in and say that, to like, be like, oh, like I either can't get to you like every hour, like I'm really sorry, my day is like packed, but like maybe I'll talk to you like in the evening or something. Or like if you're feeling like I need that reassurance, like, I just want to say like, hey, and if you can say hey back, it'd be really cool. Like, just not much. Don't text me like a paragraph, but like, maybe check in with me. I'd feel like liked and needed and wanted if you said, what's up? That means you thought about me, right?
Right.
Yep.
I think
mean-
like as long as you can communicate that, but definitely can be a red flag both ways. I can see that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Also, like, okay, say if you're like going out from point A to point B, and like, okay, you arrived there, okay? Yeah, I'm arrived there, okay. Yeah, that's okay with if
Cool.
it's like
Okay.
checking like that. But
Mhm.
if it's like every hour and you know that the person's working, it's like, damn, you already know I'm working, and you're over here. It's like, oh, what are you doing? How come you didn't answer me? How come this and that? I'm like, damn, just stop, shit. I'm about to quit my job, drive home, and just play some League of Legends and Valorant or something. I don't know.
What about sharing video? So me and my wife, right? Like, it's not a lot, but like throughout the day, like how you said, we always text each other, hey, I just made it to work, love you, kissy face.
Mm.
And throughout the day, whenever we have time, we're like, watching, YouTube shorts, and like, comment, and subscribe on, Team Always Right Never Stop. Anyways, like, on social media, me and my wife will send each other like videos throughout the day. Would
Mhm.
you consider that like okay or not?
That's okay. See,
Okay.
if you're asking someone, what are you doing? How's your day? You just
Okay.
keep, asking what they're doing like all the damn time. That gets highly annoying, doesn't it?
I'm gonna ask: is there an expectation that you have to acknowledge each send, Goose?
Say that one more time. Sorry.
Like, say, so if you're sending, like, say, if it's like Instagram or something, or like
Mhm.
TikTok or whatever, like, do I have to like type out a whole sentence to be like, oh, haha, that's funny because, and then blah 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 blah, or can I?
No,
No.
me and my wife, we send each other like multiple videos. We don't even comment. Sometimes maybe we'll do
Okay.
the reaction, but later on
Mhm.
when we get home, we're like, man, did you see that video? And we'll just be doing inside jokes and all that.
Yeah, like for context. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
And how often you guys reply back? Like fast, like time frame.
No, not really. Like make it easy. Like,
hours.
let's say the beginning of the hour, she'll send a video. Then 10 minutes later, I'll send a video. Then an hour later, she'll send a video. Then another hour later, I'll send a video. It'll be stuff like that. Like, we don't have to like reply right away. And like, come on, I sent you this. Like, why aren't you replying?
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
red flag right there.
like no, none of that stuff.
Mhm.
None of that stuff. Because we both know that both of our jobs is, while we're there, is time consuming and all that.
Yes.
Especially for me, I'm on call a lot and all that because of what I do. So we gotta use our time wisely.
Now, ladies, I know you guys had a clingy man in a relationship before, right?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. The one that I had was like, he liked to play the guessing game with me. Usually it's
God.
the other way around. In,
Guessing game.
the guessing game where he would be passive aggressive and he would be mad at me and I wouldn't even know what he was even mad about or annoyed at me about. And since we were young, he would update his status on Skype with a song that like showed anger
Oh my gosh.
or put passive aggressive statuses on his Skype. So now it's the new Skype is Discord. So I guess like imagine your partner or significant other is just updating the status and then you see that they put something up concerning and you're like, what's wrong? I don't know. You guess.
Wow.
Well, how am I supposed to know?
Ugh.
That.
Finally, they get it, Ricky. We're not alone.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't think
not-
that's like a gendered thing. That's like a it's
Ah,
like an everything. Oh,
I don't know.
okay.
I don't know. He sounded like a bitch. I'm just joking. I'm just- sorry, hold on. God shout. I'm sorry. He sounded, very unhappy.
Yeah, a little bit. And it
Oh,
was
like
just
a
like
bitch.
little things. Just little things that just accumulated. And here's this thing where just like the contempt that he had towards me because he would get annoyed and not knowing the context. And let's say I bring it up and wondering what is going on. He will say, "Oh, nothing is wrong," and then I press so that just to communicate and understand his feelings, he'll just explode and just say all the things that made him annoyed at me throughout the day or throughout the week. And it would just blow up into a big fight. That's
Mm.
the passive aggressiveness and the guessing game clumped together.
mhm.
It's one of mine.
Damn.
Yeesh.
Seems like him and Mr. Drugs needed to, they needed to meet.
It sounded like a Tinder match. Those two.
All right.
Man.
One of them was a Tinder match. The other one was I met them through Facebook.
Oh.
Mhm.
Dang. I met someone.
It's a long time ago.
Cleanliness though, but the reason why I think, because when I was like when we were younger, Goose, like, how'd you feel in a relationship? Like, I wasn't in a real relationship. It was more like a long distance
Like
kind
with
of
you,
bullshit
or
thing. Like, how
uh,
cleanliness. Like, were you ever clean back in the past? Because I'm gonna admit it. When I was young, dumb in high school, I was stupid. Clean. I was just I don't know how to explain it, but I was
I
just
don't want to
love
say
bombing, man. Just love bombing, dude.
I
Mm.
don't know. I think when you're young, I don't think it's. I don't know. For me personally, it wasn't being clingy. It was just, like you, as a guy, speaking, of course, from a guy standpoint, meeting someone, on the regular. I don't know, we not know Mr. Drug Riz over here, can just do things and slide things over, but normal guys, like, it's hard for us to like find someone. So like when we do find someone, it's like oh yay, and we're like happy, excited inside. But then outwardly, we gotta try be a man, and just no emotions, be stoic and just always hard, never soft. And but like you just have your moments where you're just happy. It's one of those, like, too much of a good
Joy.
thing is a bad thing, and you just get lost. You just get lost in it. You start doing things that you normally never did, but because it just made you happy, like girl math. Like girl math.
Oh,
Like
come on.
it made you happy in the moment. It's okay. Why not? Why not? It made you happy in the moment. It was worth it. $15. Yeah, I think being like, I guess you could say in love, like young, is different from when you're like older.
Yep.
Mhm.
Because now we try to communicate and actually solve problems instead
Ooh.
of fucking, be like, oh, I love you, babe. Oh, this and that. I'll do anything for you. Oh, man. That was a young, dumb, idiotic
Yeah,
me.
it's like
Nah.
it's a drug. Like when you're
Yeah.
young and in love. Yeah, it's like like having that first feeling of like my first girlfriend, or like, oh,
Mhm.
my second girlfriend. Well, I don't know about that. Ricky's had all the girlfriends, but I just
Dang,
I
Ricky
would I
the
would I would date
player.
I would date a lot of girls, but in my mind. But anyways, um,
Play.
don't let Ricky fool you.
No comment.
hmm This guy seen more ass than a toilet seat. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Damn.
I'm just saying.
What
Just
the
saying.
Dang.
heck?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Anyways, yeah.
Anyways.
He said that. I want to
Yep.
add to like what you were saying about the clinginess though, because I have like experienced that in that way, like literally checking up every hour, was when I was still starting to get to know somebody. And I was at a point in my life where I was working and I was also taking care of my family at the time. And so I really only had really limited, like maybe in the morning and maybe in the evening to really have like me time.
Mhm.
And so I did notice that this person was like messaging me every hour, like asking me different questions and stuff. And I really didn't have time. I know that's kind of like a weird, how do you not have time? But like, I really didn't have time to like respond to every text, like every hour. And I just said to them, like, um, I'm really sorry, like just really like, and just said exactly what I said. Like, I'm just trying to balance like work and like my family right now. It's really like, so I'm
Yeah,
super cool to check up on you in the morning, super cool to check up with you in the evening, but like I just can't respond during the day, like during midday. I really can't. And I said it like I hope like you don't take offense to me because I hadn't been responding. Like I don't mean to like be ignoring you, but like this is how it is right now. And they were like, "Oh, cool. Yeah, cool." But then they still did that like literally the next day after, and they quoted oh, it was so sad. I think one of our dates was seeing Spider-Man. Do you guys remember like Spider-Man like texting Happy? And like his text messages were like just basically himself, like a wall of his own text messages. And he literally was like, "Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm texting Happy." And I was like, oh. So like, yeah,
Make
a
you feel
couple.
guilty.
Yeah, and I thought we, had a consensual conversation about why this was anyway. So a couple days after, I said, I'm really sorry. Like, obviously this guy needs somebody who can meet that kind of demand. So I was just like, I just don't think like our lifestyle kind of matches up that way, and I'm really sorry about that.
Yeah.
Is this
But
when you were young or
no, this was like,
younger? Sorry.
well, I'm
Was
still
last
young,
week.
Goose, but
I said younger. Sorry, younger. My bad. Younger.
I think this guy was maybe like a couple years older than me. So it's not like that much older, like maturity levels or whatever. But like, yeah, I just I couldn't do it, man. I was just like, there's no way. Like because by the end of the day, I'd have to read like a whole day's worth of text messages, and by
Right.
then it's like, I'm not caught up, right? Like there's no context for me to respond. Like, do I go back to the first one and start with like the very beginning of the day? Can I just respond to the last one? Like, it was not, yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, like at least I put it out there to say this is how it is right now. And like now at this point in my life, maybe I can respond like every hour and stuff, you know what I mean? But like at that point, like it was just like a no-go. It's just lifestyle thing,
Yeah.
I
That's a
mean, if
point,
that's
yeah.
if that's your thing, I mean, I think that's your thing.
Yeah.
I just think that people aren't. Sorry, I'm gonna cut you off, but real quick.
No, yeah.
I just think people need to get more comfortable with having those uncomfortable conversations, so that way things don't get led down a road where we're like, hey, we can either end this now or we can come to an agreement, like how you said, because I think he was just saying yes or whatever just to appease you. Like when you say something and the guy goes, "Oh, yeah." I think it was just one of those.
Yeah, because I think I did give him like a second chance. Like even though he did the same thing the next day, I said like, "Hey, reminder, like super sorry, just really busy, like not ignoring you, but I'm going to get back to you this evening." I think the red flag was the fact that you read what I said, you confirmed, like, you say it back to me. Do you understand? I can't text you back. And he's like, yes, understood. And then still did the same. Like you can't have a thing where you just agree with somebody and then just completely like bulldoze it, like completely ignored. Like I think that was my big red flag. I was like, I don't understand. I thought you could say that, you know, we could agree on something like this, but if you can't, like it's kind of, it's almost disrespectful in a way, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I see.
Because I could be in the middle, like I said, of taking care of my family, and then like what you hear, like some buzzing somewhere, or like my purse going off, or like some like my phone's in my back pocket. Like I'm with my family right now. This is like what weird, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I
Mm-hmm.
see.
Mm.
What about you, Randa?
I don't know. I don't have had any like crazy experiences. Like I literally only like I dated 2 people ever, and like so like the first time we were in high school, so we didn't actually like we dated, right, but we didn't actually go on dates because you know it was just like young. So but then we worked together, and I just felt like red flags, like some of the red flags was like people would know about situations that only he and I knew about, and then so obviously he was like
Gossiping.
talking, yeah, right, like
Ooh.
and then I would hear things, and you just don't know what to believe, you know what I mean? And but you would like when you're in love or whatever, you choose to believe what you want to believe.
Mm-hmm.
So I think just about that, just like gossiping, like from what we talked about in the beginning, what Renie was saying, like when you hear people talk about other people, or just not even that I heard him talk about other people, but just like things I hear that only he would know, you know what I mean, or that you would share and
Oh,
share
yeah.
back, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, like I don't have anything wild or crazy experiences like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Like all of y'all had. Like I feel like, dang, did I need to live more?
no. Bless the people
But
that
I'm-
don't
but I'm
have to deal
thankful.
with crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
but I'm
Thank
very
you.
thankful. Like I really am thankful that like, you know, I haven't experienced things like that.
I see.
I take that as a red flag. Someone's like, you know, like not keeping your business to your business, like making it other
Right.
people's business. I think that's a red flag.
Yeah. I mean, but at the time, you choose to ignore.
You got your
Just
love
like that.
blinders on.
Yeah, exactly. But I
Yeah.
would say that. And then like the other one, like I said in the beginning, like the talking to your ex. But you know, those are things we already talked about. Those were like my 2 main ones.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a red flag question for the ladies out here. So when it comes to a guy, is a red flag is like, what if they never initiate like conversations, intimacy, or like dates? Is that a red flag for you all?
Yes.
And like,
Yeah.
Like if they don't share,
they don't
what you're
initiate
saying?
any conversations, or like
Okay,
you gotta
okay.
be the one to initiate as a
Yeah.
woman.
For me personally, yes. Like
Mm-hmm.
It has to
I
be
want to be
like,
wanted.
mhm. Yeah, to feel wanted and to not feel like it's like the short end of the stick when you're with someone. Like it's not 50-50. Like ignore that phrase. It has to be 100% and 100%. If you don't give in your all to the supposed person that's supposed to be the love of your life, then that person is not for you.
I see.
Yeah, I think that's like a basis for like any relationship, like period. Like, and I don't mean like your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. Like, imagine having like a friend that you're like, hey, you want to hang out? Do you want to like do you have time to catch up with me? And it's like, this person never thinks about you, never is like, oh, you know what? Like, I haven't seen that guy in a while. I want to see that guy. You know what I mean? Like, you never consider me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of sucks. That feels unrequited love from like any kind of relationship, friendship, whatever.
Right.
Let's see.
I get that. I'm actually kind of like that a little bit. Like, I don't mean to be.
Girl, no.
And right? Like,
No.
when you say that, I'm always like the one that's like, I always tell myself, like, gosh, you got to be more considerate. And I always try. And I'm like, but my life is a little bit different. Like, I am so busy and I am like so consumed in my like, because I got kids, like it's different. Like, I don't, but I always find myself saying, like, oh my gosh, I feel like such a bad friend. I haven't checked on you. Like, how are you? Like, when I see somebody, I'm like, I immediately feel guilty because I know I'm not doing my part. And it's not that I don't care for them. It's just I'm at a phase or time in my life that's like, I can't be more out there. You know what I mean? Like, check in on everybody that I want to. And, then I feel guilty when then they check on me and I'm like, oh, like, then I feel guilty or see them.
Yeah. No, I've just started, like, it's almost like I have object permanence. So I'm guilty of it too. But now it's like, I'm trying to get into the habit. Like, I've just been kind of doing this lately, is like, if I am doing something and I'm like, oh, I think so-and-so would like this, I just text them or I send them a message on Discord and I'm like, I'm thinking about you today. I hope you're good. And that's it. Like, no expectation to be like, whatever. Like, because I get it. Everyone's busy. Everyone's super, super busy. So I, like, with everything happening, I don't make assumptions about people's like life and stuff. But I guess in the context of like something like dating, I would maybe think that someone's ghosting me if they don't talk to me.
Yes. And yes. Yeah, and dating, I know, it would be different. Like, that would be different. I was just thinking it was like friendship was.
Yeah, sorry, I'm sorry, spreading this everywhere. Yeah.
No. Yeah, no, I would agree. Dating wise, like, I would absolutely feel like I would be getting ghosted.
Like, what someone's just like a one answer thing? Sorry.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say
that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Like the K.
Yeah, like, how's your day today? Good. All right, like, you almost done with work? No. You want to go out later? Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't stand
you.
I'm just like, I give them three rules. Like, say 3 phrases and keep saying that. I'm like, okay, peace out. I'll see y'all later. I get the point.
Okay.
On the context of effort and dating wise, have you guys, girls in particular and guys too, have you ever been love bombed to the point where it's just they shower with gifts, they say so many nice things to you, and then once they get you, it just either completely stops or just slows down? There was this guy that I had gone out on dates with, and all of them were nice up until the point where he actually had me, and he didn't. No more flowers, no more nothing. It was just, oh no, just want to stay at home, just don't want to do anything, and be like, oh, do you want to go out to like the park today? No, I'm not feeling it. It's just like, it became weeks, and then it became months. So that is like long-term wise a red flag. That love bombing is like, they feel that adrenaline for the chase, but they don't put the effort after.
See, from my point of view, like, okay, I ain't gonna bullshit, y'all. Yeah, I was love bombing. Okay, I was young, stupid.
Yeah, you said that earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm old now, No, I'm just kidding. But
owning up to it.
I was the one who was doing the love bombing, but did I lose interest? No, I did not lose interest. I did not stop. I kept going. I felt like I was a nice guy, Too nice to the fact that I couldn't fucking put my foot down. And guess what? I got fucked over. Nice guys. I don't know. It's like, damn, dude. Like, okay, I'm not gonna say anything else. I'm getting too personal right now. She's gonna hear this. She's gonna hear this shit.
Hang on. It's not a live show. It's not a live show. We can cut.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I gave compliments. You know, you look great today, and you know, give her gifts, and chocolates. And, you know, try to be romantic, and all of a sudden, it's just she just left without like saying anything. Then when she went over there, she finally said her thing, and that, yeah, it kind of got to my mind that I got fucked over. But anyways, yeah, I have never felt like I needed to stop. I really wanted to marry this woman. Anyways, but yeah, that's how I felt.
He's 5'10". He's a veteran. He was a American hero. If you want to learn more about this, like, comment, and subscribe to.
Dun, 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 dun.
But I think it all depends on the person, obviously. You know what I mean? Like, we're just saying our preferences, but some people that could be like me personally, I like to be talked to and like a lot, like, you know what I mean, like how you were saying you didn't like that, like the constant needing of attention. So, you know, as you were saying, you were doing everything you felt like was right, you know, like sometimes that's a lot for some people, and they don't want that, you know, or they don't need that. And like you said, sometimes people just need to be played up honest, and everything would be easier. But it's hard to have difficult, you know, conversations like that.
No, Ricky, you did everything right. She was evil.
Right.
She was evil. You do you. You don't let her hurt you, man. Yeah,
It sounds like if people just communicated, we would avoid so many red flags. Because I feel like some of these red flags, because, you know, as we've been going throughout the conversation, sometimes we take these cues and we're like, oh, wait a second, I kind of like vibe with that in a way, right? It's like, it could be someone's cup of tea, but like you have to have that understanding. Like you have to be able to communicate, or at least say it out loud, and have the other person reciprocate, right?
Yes.
So maybe in a way it's like love bombing, but to the right person, they're just like, I absolutely love this attention. Like, it's so good. I feel, like I feel so secure. This person really loves and cares about me. You know what I mean? Like, and to somebody else, they'd be like, what the fuck is happening? Right? Like,
Exactly.
It's all about like, are you into that? You like that? Or like, you know, is this too much? Like, and vice versa. For this lady to ghost you, it's like, I think you should give people a chance in that way, like to be like, you know what, I don't like all of this, but maybe I would like maybe like 50% of this. Do you think we could do like 50% of this? You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna say like love bombing could be like a complete red flag, but like the lack of,
it is dangerous,
like, respect, or what we said earlier, boundary, right? Like not respecting a boundary and just kind of bulldozing that person, being like, I don't really care what you like, but I would like to do this for you. And it could be, that's too much. That's a red flag, you know?
She said she's okay with it, so.
It's okay. Open the floodgates about 50%. Give me about that 50%.
Yeah.
You're so good at like dissecting everything that we're saying and putting it together. All for us. Like, I wish I could do that.
No, I just
stumbling.
Well, because I feel like I can I feel like I'm sitting on a fence, and I'm not like team one way or team the other way. I'm like team like, you talk to him, tell him. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I just I definitely hear you, Miranda, and I hear you, Ricky. Like I'm just like, oh, you can it, and it works for some people. It doesn't work for other people. You just have to know yourself. You have to know like what you like, and I think that's like a really important part of the whole like red flags thing. Is that like, what do you like? Right? What's good with you, right? But I've got one that's like I thought you know what? I thought this one was actually going to be said kind of towards the earlier part of the podcast. When you're on a date with somebody, like just getting to know them, and your date is rude to the service people.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be like one of the first ones. I feel like that's like a really popular one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now that you say it, it's like, yes.
I had one like that.
Ooh, I think that's like one like total team I could totally get behind. Like there's no way you could like explain yourself out of that one, you know?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like they're basically looking down on people.
Mhm.
That's the thing that's given off. Like, okay, he's just a waiter. I'm gonna be mad at
Right.
him. You know, mistreat
Mhm.
him because he's below me. Like that's the vibe that I'm getting if they ever do that to food service worker. And as a former food service worker, I don't like my fucking food service workers getting mistreated. Fuck that.
Right.
Yeah, don't mess with people who feed you, man. Don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Yep, we play floor hockey. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
but yeah.
I had a
Definitely
date that was like that.
Being on the first date and witnessing your date acting without any decency and no humanity is so embarrassing. Like, how could you like sit there? Because that server could probably be going to the back, telling the cooks, telling their
Mhm.
managers,
Mhm.
this person so and so is being so rude. For all you know it, you get your food spit on.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was
Mhm.
me.
Just some light food poisoning. You know, like, not enough to get you like sued or the restaurant closed up, but definitely enough to make the people who got hurt make them feel a little bit better, you know?
Yeah,
Exactly.
I knew that. We knew the tricks for the sauces. Oh,
That's the special sauce, the in-house sauce.
Mhm. To all the rude
I just
people,
don't.
you all
Yeah.
deserve it.
Have you really done that though? Because
Yeah.
I used to work at a McDonald's. I did that before.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Karma's an asshole, right? I just don't like seeing people just get mistreated like that. So I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'll do your favor. I'm gonna spin in this motherfucker's food and play floor hockey.
Grab a straw out of the trash and be like, here you go, here's your drink. I got a straw for you.
Exactly.
I just
Only
love
to
how
rude
Renie said like it's embarrassing, bro. It's humiliating, bro. The bomb that hits like you leave the house like that, bro. Oh, how could you? It's being witnessed by your date. Oh, crazy.
I don't like when people leave the table dirty. Like when me and my wife go out, both me and my wife, and I even did it like before, you know, meeting my wife and all that. I always like stack the plates. I make everything nice and organized for them.
Mhm.
You know, I
I do the
dust off the
same.
top a little bit. Yeah, I'm courteous like that, but I hate the people that just leave it all and make it even more
Worse.
messy just because why? It's
Damn.
their job. It's their job. I'm like, you ain't,
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
yes, but you ain't gotta do them like that. Like, come on now. Like, what the?
Mhm.
You're
The
making
first
their job hard, bro.
right? The first thing that pops up in my head when I see that is like, you're grown up and you don't know how to clean up after yourself. That
Mm.
is embarrassing. Like, how am I gonna be like your mom when we're like, if we end up dating in the long run? Hell no. No,
Ricky, I need
dating
you.
people who don't know how to clean up after themselves is like already huge red flag.
Yeah.
I need Ricky to add like the bomb sounds every time Renie says something like embarrassing. That's embarrassing. Boom. Like I just
Meh, 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 meh.
oh, Get him.
This is how it like just wraps around to how people, the dates could also be talking bad about other people and like even just like their friends, their family, whatever, talking smack and badly about the server or the service line people. Like they'll do that. They'll do that additionally to that. I feel like that's some personality traits I feel is connected to some arrogance, stuck up narcissism.
Mhm.
You tend to see those types of people kind of like be bunched up with the same traits, right?
Definitely, like exactly what you're saying. I think there's this tunnel vision about how they think about people they're not affiliated with, people who are not in their bubble, right? So they just don't have respect for them. So, like, they're more likely to talk smack about their ex, more likely to talk smack about strangers, just because they're not related to you in any way. And that's just wild, dude.
And they hate their life.
That's weird. I mean, if you want to be so engrossed in negativity, that's just wild, dude.
They just hate their life. That's one of the
They just
solutions.
want to feel
that they-
superior in
Yeah.
any way possible.
That's their problem.
Like,
But
but is that how you do it? Is by putting down like just a dude who's just trying to get you your dinner? That's weird.
Nah.
That's wild to me. Like, there's like one single human being that's just doing their thing,
Yeah.
and you just go and piss on them and rain on their parade, like for no reason.
Don't get me
I
wrong,
mean,
I get mad when that kind of stuff happens, but I don't outwardly show it. Like when they get my order wrong, or like like oh I asked for not this. Like inside, yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm a little like angry, like how can you mess them up for? This is your job. But outwardly, I'm like, oh excuse me, I asked for none of this, or this came with fries. And oh okay, like I try to be polite even though in the inside, I'm like, what the fuck? This is your job. This is
Huh.
McDonald's. You're supposed to give me my hash
Yeah.
brown. I never get my hash brown.
Yeah, like for sure. Like if they get it something wrong, like I would be so scared to like say anything. I'd just be like, "This is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted."
How are the how are the first few bites?
It's like amazing.
Oh wow, great! I'm gonna tell our chef that it was perfect. Then
Why
that-
always come
is that
with
what you want to
mid-eating?
say?
Don't let your intrusive thoughts win. Just be as nice as possible to them.
Let me tip you more.
Oh, you guys ever ran into someone who just doesn't like tipping?
My mama,
Yes.
y'all. I have to get on to her.
Dang!
Damn.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Love my mama, and she is an angel, but she just doesn't understand it, y'all. She really like
She got red flag.
she's just never served or anything. And I think once you serve, you realize, you know what I mean? Like, she always like tips $2 for everything. And we're like, Mama, like no. And I could put more on there, you know.
Like I totally can see people who don't understand, don't have that background, like because there's countries out there that just don't have a tipping culture. So if you leave money on the table, they'll be like really weirded out, and they're like, "Yeah, you forgot your money," you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Or like, "Don't leave
Weird
this here."
flex.
Yeah, exactly. They read into it as something else, but
Yeah, Japan's
like-
using that.
oh yeah, right. So they'll be like totally out of it, but yeah, that's so funny. Your mom is like, it's $2 for your trouble.
Like, and like, Mama, this is literally what they're working for, you know. But and she's, like for her, she's like, oh, well, they get paid too, and I'm like, yeah, but it's not like you don't really get paid. Like you get paid from your tips. But honestly, I didn't understand it either really until I served, so and she's sweet as she could be. She just doesn't get it.
Because
Poor
like
mama.
I'm kind of a generous tipper. Like I don't tip by percentage. I tip by like service, like if it was good or not. and I try to go by percentage, but like me, like I don't mind putting down a $10 tip on a $20 bill. Like it doesn't bother me that much. I'm not saying I'm balling like that, but for people who don't like to tip, like if you don't like tipping, like if an extra $5 or an extra $10 or $20 is that much too, you shouldn't go out. Like then save the money, stay home, eat some ramen, make some rice or whatever it is. Be like then don't go out. Like don't. Because
Wait.
I know I know what it's like being on a grind and you're just doing your thing and like like let's say for this person it's the best that they can do right now is to be a waiter at this moment. Like
Can I like put that in a sentence then? So if you guys if you are on a date with somebody and it's going really really well, and like at the end your date pays and they purposely don't tip, or they give or the Miranda's mom like a toonie, they just yeah sorry but like is that a red flag, friends? What do you
For me, no, because like I say, like I get it's not in a malicious way. She just doesn't understand. So I would. Okay, this is a thing too. Like if I would say, okay, well, I'll leave the tip, like and you add more, and be like, oh, I'm just gonna leave a few more, and then they have a problem with that, then probably yeah. If they're like, no, don't leave her more, then like that would probably be more of a red flag. If you tried to,
if they stopped you from,
yeah.
Oh no, don't do that.
I had a date that did that to me.
No.
Yep.
What do you mean?
Yeah, like I went to go leave a tip because we ate some like mom and pop shop. It was in
Not
Georgia.
A small business, no.
And I was like, a mom and pop shop. Like I understand the grindiness of mom and pop shop. This isn't no like Denny's, or whatsoever. Like a food chain or whatever. It's just this mom and pop shop that we stopped by, and then I went to go leave a tip, and she goes, "No, don't do that. Save your money." I'm like, "Girl, it's $10. The bill was $15. Like I can deal with that. I'm used to $40 dinners or even more. Like hey, and they were good. They're really hospitable." And she's like, "No, don't do that. Save your money. Save your money." I was like, "No." And I put it down, and she was all output and just mad the entire time. I'm like, "Bitch, it was my money."
Like you can fit, yeah. Like it's fine. I can choose how much I want to give them or tip them. Yeah.
There was one time I received a very nice tip from a generous customer, and it had his number on it. Lo and behold, during that entirety of the space that he was in, he was on a date with his girlfriend.
No.
Like, being overly friendly with your server, I think is a red flag. Like, I mean, having a general conversation, talking about things, the menu, yeah, okay. But if it's just like a lot more than that and more personal, that's where the line should be drawn.
My thing is, what kind of guts? Like, why would you think that the waitress would, like, why would he even think that you would want his number after he did that, after seeing him?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand that.
Yeah, it's disrespectful on
there's
both
some
fronts.
girls that like that. I don't know why.
Exactly.
Like to your girl, and then to the waiter, who is, by the way, just doing her job. You know?
Like, I'm only being super friendly and nice to you, so that this is my job. I have to.
Exactly. Ooh.
Yep.
Okay.
Like, dude, I totally poured your wine super fancy and all, but like, that nice tip, but that does not mean that I want your number. It's so weird.
Yeah, you get the money though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was like it was like $60 tip.
Yeah, you gotta
I wanted
give yours
that.
at least. Yeah,
Wait, how much?
$60.
Back
Yeah,
then, you
I
had to
always someone
money.
gave me $60. Wow.
For real.
Wow.
I was like 17 at the time too. It
Oh.
was so weird.
Oh.
It was so
Mhm.
weird.
Was he at least 17 and younger?
Uh-uh.
Totally an adult.
Mm,
Totally an adult.
mm, mm, mm.
No, when I
God
first
damn.
saw that, I was like, this disrespect. Like, the lady that was with him was gorgeous. Like, I
Mhm.
could not comprehend what goes on in that kind of mind.
Maybe they were just
Not much.
what is it? What is that a relationship called when you're just dating multiple people? Open relationship kind of thing, huh?
Dumb.
Then he
Yeah.
should have just said like, "Here's my number," rather than like just leaving it. Like it wouldn't be hidden.
He hid it under
the
his
tip.
under the receipt. I saw it after I was putting the tip into the kiosk.
Okay, he hit it. Okay,
Ew.
definitely not open. Shit.
Mm.
All right. What about jealousy?
Yes.
As like a red flag.
That's
To an
a
extent.
subject.
Can you
So-
can you give like a specific?
So, so don't get me wrong. I'm definitely a jealous man, but I'm not overbearing when it comes to my wife, because she can be a very she can be a social butterfly too, even though she's somewhat introverted. Um, like a normal weekend for me and my wife is, like I have my PC, my gaming, set up, and she has her own, and she'll be in her room doing her thing, and I'll be at the other end of the house doing my thing, and we don't even physically interact. Just every now and then, you good, you're right. I'm going to the kitchen with some juice. You want to order some pizza, but other than that, we're just doing our own thing. So that just works for us. But when she talks to another man, a little bit inside of me is like, you know what? Fuck him. I'll beat his ass. I'll beat him up. I don't care. I don't care. That's your grandfather. All right, not just but like, no, like if it's a random
Hold
dude,
up.
if it's like a random dude, and then guys got feelings too. So I'd be like, oh, and she'll come back and be like, okay, I'm ready to go. I was like, okay, sure your other boyfriend don't want you to stay. And she'll do that. And she'll do that to me too, because I'm a friendly person too. I like to talk also, and then I'll do the same thing. Go, like let's say we're about to leave somewhere, and then okay, I'm ready to go. She goes, oh, you sure you don't want to stay with your new girlfriend? I'm like, babe, don't do that. No, I'm just saying she's kind of cute. I was like, stop, 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 stop. All right, let's go to Chick-fil-A real quick. Okay.
I think we should definitely have your wife on here sometimes.
I think your mom should come on and explain.
Yeah, Mama. She wouldn't even know how to work.
It's
to
bring your family to podcast day.
But
that seems so much fun.
But at what point is it? At what point is like too much jealousy? But like, at one point would you say like, okay, like you're too jealous? Like to me, I think it's okay to be a little bit jealous because like, oh, she cares.
Mm-hmm.
But at what point do you guys feel that like, okay, this is like too much?
I feel like at the point where you feel like you have no privacy. Like, not that you would be trying to hide anything, but just like where you feel like you just have no privacy at all. That would be the point where it's like, that's a lot. Because I personally like a little jealousy, like you were saying as well.
I think when you start to like feel like you're more of like a thing rather than a person, I've been kind of treated like because somebody was feeling like what's the word, but like kind of like, oh, there's other dudes here kind of thing, like where it's just like, I gotta show people that this is my girl kind of thing, you know what I mean? And it's like, do you like have to be like overbearing and be like, this my girl, it's like, or like like physically like taking up that space, you know, if like they're really like their arm over like really handsy and you're like, hey, this is like, for me personally, I'm not like a super PDA person, so that can be a little bit overbearing for me.
Mhm.
So like, you know, if you're just like, oh yeah, I'm with her, like, okay, cool, that's fine. And you have to like have people in that space respect, like, I respect you guys together, I respect you know what I mean, I'm not gonna mess with it, you know what I mean. If you're feeling intimidated, I guess I think that, yeah, like if you're feeling intimidated, like it shouldn't be put on like other people. It's like what you do with that feeling of jealousy. It's like how do you handle, because that's such a normal human thing to feel, right? If you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want anything to happen between us, or I'm scared, like, you know, like that's such a normal human thing, but like it's not okay to be like overbearing with that, like with your actions to do whatever, right? Like, so I think that's a red flag. Being like making other people uncomfortable because you're uncomfortable. It's like, I think there's a mature way to be like, hey, just maybe like whisper and be like, hey, I feel kind of insecure about like, oh, okay, you know what? I'm gonna hold your hand. Then people will know that you and I, we a unit. You know what I mean? Like something, right? Give me a chance to meet you somewhere, like halfway, so that we can, instead of you being like, I will take care of the situation, I am jealous or I'm intimidated, so I'm gonna make sure people know, like, you know, maybe I'm gonna make out with her. I'm like, ew, like, come on, you know what I mean? Like, I want, like, yeah. Again, this is me personally. Maybe you guys out there who love PDA, this one's for you. But like me, I'm like, oh yo, let's keep it low key, okay? Let's keep it on the low. You know?
I can't stand people who make out in public. I was like, God, just
It's
like,
this kind of party, eh?
like get a for real kind, like get a room or something. Like go home.
Yeah.
It's too old to see that shit. Yeah.
Jealousy can be such a vile feeling, but when it comes from your partner, it like hurts a lot more, especially when it starts getting more personal, where they get to the point where they make you feel less confident about yourself. Like, say for an example from a personal experience, I was, of course, a little bit younger, feeling my hot girl era, and I just wanted to dress up, do makeup, do my hair, wear something that had a lot more skin showing. And I'm about to leave the door, and he says, "Where do you think you're going looking like that?" So, to the point where jealousy is just like, and I was like, well, I want to look like this because I look cute. He's just like, well, other guys are going to see you wearing that. I'm just like, so? I'm dressing for myself.
Yeah,
That's
that needs
like,
to be.
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, keep going. I'm done.
I just wanted to say, like that's a whole ass like I said, like, you know, if I wish people would come and say something to you instead of like their immediate knee-jerk reaction is exactly what you said, like to tear you down, being like, oh, maybe if I tell her, like, "Oh, where are you going looking like that?" She might consider like, oh, you know what? Maybe I should tone it down or whatever. Like dampen your shine. Like, you know, you're feeling yourself, right? And like you feel so good, and then someone's gonna make a comment like that to dampen. Like, why couldn't you just? Why couldn't you just? Why couldn't you just be a person and talk to your like partner or whatever, being like, oh, like, you know, I'm feeling some type of way, right? Yeah, like it's just so bizarre, the knee jerk reaction to be like, I'm gonna tear her down, instead of maybe when she gets back in, or like maybe before she leaves, like I can tell her like I have like this insecurity, and I'm not saying it's insecurity like negative connotation. I'm saying like purely as a human, there's something that I feel that's off, like from inside me personally, right? Like instead of putting that on another person and being like, I'm gonna make you feel insecure instead. You know what I mean? Like wild. It's weird.
That's tough though. From a guy's perspective, I can
No,
see.
yeah.
I can see why he was like that, but just to an extent only, not like I agree with him completely.
Mm.
Because my wife, she's fairly conservative and all that, but when she does dress to the nines, I'm like, hey, shoot.
Say,
I
I take you
would.
out
Like,
instead.
hey,
I
hey, hey,
take you out.
where you going? All of a sudden, where are you going, man? When did you buy that?
I think because it's your wife, like it's cute. It's like kind of funny, But
Yeah,
like, I get context again, like communication
like
and.
if you're dressing and you look like like everything was just spray painted on, like, okay, come on now, like you gotta leave a little to imagination. If anything, you can't just be like, I can see everything. Like, what?
Get some
Why?
water, Goose. Come on. He's
Like, don't,
imagining it right now.
like, don't. Yeah, I'm looking at my wife right now. No, no, but like, yeah, like if she's going out and she's dressed in like really skimpy, like type of clothing, yeah, that's a red flag. Where are you going? Where are
That's
you
Red
a
going?
flag.
as a man, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, where are you
Yeah.
going?
I mean, and I was saying like that's why it kind of deserves a conversation, right? Like because you feel threatened, like 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 your girl is going to be exposed to like the world, right? Is that like something that you have against her personally? Is that
Not
like
not her. So
something?
so
Yeah.
so you gotta. So it's not her. You gotta realize, guys. We know guys. So like,
Mm-hmm.
guys will
Yeah.
use any excuse to be like, damn, she looks good. And then
Mm-hmm.
as a man or as a guy, yeah, as a man, Ricky, as a
That's a
man,
mer-
as a man, but like as a man, like you're gonna go out, dressing good like that, cool.
Mhm.
But I know how other men think, and if they're gonna press on you because I'm not there,
Mm.
I feel like I'm gonna have to live with that guilt.
Mhm.
And because of that, that's why I'm like, maybe dress a little like if we're going out and you're dressed to the nines like that, and I'm
Mhm.
with you, then to an extent, like I still don't want you to wear a shorts, a skirt shorter than my list of girlfriends, because that's a really short list, a short skirt. But but like, yeah, like as a man, we have this like, hey, we have this like a protector thing, and if you're going out and I
Mhm.
can't protect you, the more you make yourself, like approachable
Attractive.
or
Mhm.
attractive to the opposite sex, or to just to anyone, man, just to anyone. I've had women hit on my wife in front of me, like
Mhm.
the balls. but but yeah, I think that's where it is, so that's why, like I said before in the beginning of the podcast, people need to get more comfortable with having those uncomfortable conversations, like, hey, look,
Mhm.
I don't like that you dress like this, because you might attract the wrong type of guy. Not that you're trying to attract a guy, but he will be attracted
Mhm.
to it, and then he might just take his chance, and I'm not there to protect you, and now I feel like I gotta live with that burden, like.
Well, like even us who are not dating each other like polyamorously in this podcast, but like even us just talking about it for a few minutes, like look how it comes from like a place of like you're saying like I want to protect you, right? And it's not like, girl, why are you looking, like, you know what I mean? Why are you looking like that? It's like it's coming from a place of like I am like afraid for you, or like I want
Yeah,
to protect you. It comes from a different feeling, right?
it comes from a place of
So
love.
yeah, right. So I totally get that. And but like in that sense that like it's like that fine border, this fine line, because women and men and like everybody in between has been kind of given these roles in society about how they're supposed to live their life. And at this point, when you tell a lady something about how she has gotten herself ready for the day, it's like you you're walking this very fine line about like what are you kind of saying things that she can and can't do, and is that like her boundary for her to be like I want to look this way? Is this something like in a relationship where somebody has to be like okay, what's a comfortable way, or like do you know what you're getting yourself into when you date me, because like maybe this is my regular look, this is how I normally dress to go out and stuff, right? And then also like looking inwards, being like on both sides of a relationship being like, is there something I can change to make my partner comfortable? Both sides, like I trust my partner. I trust that they're not going to cheat on me. We can have a general understanding that going out in the world can be dangerous, period, like regardless of what you're wearing, how you look. And like, just in that way, like, you want to be respectful to both parties. So it's like,
Like I
I
said,
don't
that's
know.
why you guys, people got to be willing to have those conversations. Just
Yeah,
put
but I
on.
love that
That's
we've
what it
talked
comes
about
down
it
to.
just a little bit, and already it comes from like a really, I think, like healthier standpoint.
Yeah.
Just
And
a little bit.
That's how the world works. It's just communication, whether it's relationship, friendship, anything. Neighboring countries, and they should just communicate. That's how we can come to terms and agree. Hey, look, we can live and coexist with each other. So, yeah.
I
But
think it stems
anyway,
that like everyone just wants to be understood. But
yes.
with that being said, in order to be understood, sometimes you gotta point out the obvious, and that might hurt their feelings a little bit. So a lot of people, they're just choosing what they think is peace over fixing a situation or a problem or a red flag. Because not everything is gonna be perfect and all that stuff. And yeah, like how Ren said in the beginning, like 50-50. I hate that saying.
Mm.
I hate that saying. And speaking as someone who's been married for almost 10 years, it's never gonna be 50-50. It's never gonna be 100-100. It's literally, okay, what are you willing to put up with today? Today I can love bomb you all day, and that's fine with me as long as you love me like how you have been. Today I'm love bombing. Then it could be one day, look, the world beat me up. I'm hurting right now. I can't right now. I just need you to love me. And in those moments, that's when you really find, okay, is that person really down for me? Or again, you know, is there gonna be red flags that I'm about to see because you know what, I can't today. I can't put up this facade. It's like the honeymoon phase, you know. Like I said, like love is like a drug. You wanna maintain that at any cost. So you end up doing dumb things and you have these what did you call it? Say Ren, love blinders or whatever, tunnel vision. So that's why, like I just keep saying people gotta just be willing to have those uncomfortable conversations because love is a scary thing. Love is the one emotion that can translate and turn into any other emotion. So like you can love someone so much that it makes you stupid jealous. Ren, why are you going out like that? No, you're gonna stay right here with me and next to me, and even just indoors, he's holding you, hugging you, and he's that jealous because he loves you that much. Or like you could hate someone so much just because of how much you love them, but you hate the fact that they talk to other people. So that's why love is a very scary thing, and people just got to be willing to talk. And if you're not willing to discuss it, red flag.
Yeah. Have some healthy communication.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's red flags of dating. Love bombing, not respecting your boundaries, checking in frequently, jealousy. What else was there? All their exes was crazy. They aren't very motivated. They don't commit. They complain a lot. Just basically what we all said there. But it's about that time. We gotta end this podcast. Getting a little too overboard here over time.
Ooh, one
But
last thing. One last thing.
you better hurry up.
Okay, yeah, one last thing. Well, damn. All right. No, I get it. So one last thing, right? So when it comes to talking, if you don't know how to express yourself, put a disclaimer out there. Hey, look, I don't know how to say this without sounding like an asshole right now, but like, why the fuck did you talk to that guy like that? Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but like, it just got to me. Like, should I feel this way? What's going on? Put a disclaimer out there, so that way they know that you're at least trying, and you don't just come off as like an asshole, even though you do, even though you do. Because I had to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
So if you're ever gonna have those uncomfortable conversations, think about disclaimers first. I don't know how to say this nicely, but X,
Yep.
Y, and Z.
Yep. Well, that being said, I don't know how to say this good, but we need to end this podcast right away because people need to go. Shit. Well, anyways, I appreciate all of y'all taking the time to co-host for this podcast. Miss Renie, welcome to Team Always Hard Never Soft. I have multiple jobs for you, a lot of events, whatever you need. Hey, we got you covered here. You need something, you come ask me or any you come ask me or anybody of moderating staff. We'll try our best to help you on your journey, and even after too, because Randa and Ren, I knew them for over 3 years now, and we've been friends ever since. So if you ever need,
Thanks for having me.
yeah, thank you for being on our show, and we hope to have you on to the next podcast episode if you're interested.
No
May
pressure.
have-
We know
yeah.
Goose can be really a lot.
Wow! Wow! You know what? I don't know how to say this nicely, but I'm just kidding.
Anyways, thank you for coming on to our podcast again, Miss Randa and Miss Ren. Thank you for coming on
Thank
board
you.
again. But yeah, I appreciate both of y'all. And to my
We appreciate you.
I appreciate you, Ricky.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
appreciate you, Ricky. Yeah.
I don't
The
know how to
man,
say
the
this. I don't know how to say this
the
nicely, but
legend.
fuck you, Goose.
I love you too. I love you
Yeah, I
too.
love you too. I love you too, brother. Yeah. Goose is my but fuck you too. Anyways, this podcast has been brought to you by sponsors. Digital Dynasty, they're a local clothing line and gaming team from Hawaii, as well as SheBuildsToo Hawaii, a local carpentry company that creates and delivers quality locally made wooden art. We're also fish sponsors of former 1X World Bantamweight champion Rodney Mandala and his brother Ryan Mandala, also known as Arm Mandala and Coconut. The Super Mandala brothers, both are professional MMA fighters fighting out of Hawaii. Black Widow, a Latin American North Grandmaster class League of Legends esports player from Colombia. Phantom Church, a good friend of mine for many years, a streamer and a founding member of Team Always Hard Never Soft worldwide. Adia, a very passionate cosplayer from Honduras who has completed over 70 plus cosplays and won 15 plus of them with her amazing cosplays. Also, last but not least, our latest sponsor, Miss Hades' daughter from Italy. She's a speedrunner and a streamer from Italy. Go on and check all their links out in the descriptions below to show some love. Anyways, this is Sinner, all hard, never soft, and we are signing off.
Bye bye.
See y'all.
Bye.
Easy. He does this live every time.